Hey, Silgas. It's your girl Risa coming to you today with part one of my dressing prep video. I'm gonna try to get all of these videos out to you before Thanksgiving, but if not, you'll have it, okay? All right. So in my pot, I have about maybe 6 pounds of turkey necks, okay? And what I'm gonna add to them is some poultry season, onion powder, cayenne pepper, an onion, and some celery sticks, okay? And a little bit of black pepper. All right, this is the part that's going to be your liquid for your dressing, and this is going to be your meat for your dressing, okay? The only other thing that I will add is cream chicken soup mix and celery and onion that I will saute in butter, and that will be when I get ready to put my cornbread and my meat and my liquid together, okay? So this is just how I season my turkey necks, and we're gonna let them cook until all of the meat comes off of the bone, which can take about 2 hours, maybe 3, okay, depending on how you like them. Don't throw your liquid away. You can always save it. And honey, I like to chew on the bones once we take the meat off, okay? I don't know about y'all, but that's some good eats, all right? So y'all just hang in there. All right, so I have my stove on. I did not completely cover my meat, but I came up to, the top because I want to create as much liquid as I can. So what I'm going to add, I have some poultry season. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of poultry seasoning. Now, I have had some of you guys suggest I use sage and all of that. One thing about it, poultry season already has sage in it. Sage can be extremely overpowering to your food. And I like sage, but I like it in, moderation. All right. So I have my poultry season. Onion powder. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of onion powder because y'all know I like onion powder. Why do you use onion powder and use onion? Hey, just to amp up the flavor. Okay?
You're going to learn today.
That's the way I like it. Look, I put some more in there. Wow. I'm going to do a little cayenne pepper, okay? You don't want a whole lot of this. And this is 1/4 of a teaspoon that I'm not going to even use a 1/4. How about that? Just a pinch. Because we don't want it hot. Okay? Not even a 1/4. Because I didn't have anything smaller than a 1/4. So that's all I had. Now we're going to use some black pepper. I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Don't want too much black pepper because it can take over your food. Some of y'all might like, I know, black pepper, but I don't. Not like that. We're going to put our celery in. And you don't have to have too much of this. So I'm basically going to put 1.5 of celery stalks, okay? We'll save this to go in our dressing. And I'm going to put a whole onion. You guys, there has been a recall on onions. Y'all check the internet to see if you may have purchased some of the white onions, red onions, and yellow onions purchased in certain areas. There is a recall on that, okay? You best know I check because I love onions. Now, I'm not going to even cut this up. I'm just going to put it in there because it's going to cook down to nothing anyway. This is just to flavor our meat. Now, when I pour my juice in, sometimes there's celery and onion from this pot that goes in it. Hey, let it go right in there. All right. So that's all we're going to do. We have our poultry season, a little cayenne, black pepper, onion powder, and we're going to add salt, okay? Salt. Now, I got my little shaker here, and I think I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of salt, okay? Because you don't need a whole lot of salt. All right? Okay, guys, so my pot has condense down to halfway. And now I'm going to add some more liquid. I have some beef broth that I'm going to add. And that is, let's see how many cups that is. That's a 3/4 cup of beef broth, which is not going to be enough. Now let's see how much chicken broth I got. Let's see. Oh, darn.
Go ahead.
No, it'll stop the camera.
Who is that? Oh.
That's 1 cup. Y'all still connected? 2 cups. Three cups.
Bam.
4 cups of chicken broth and 1 cup of beef broth, okay? And now, we're going to give this a stir. These are the turkey necks. Now, sometimes I won't use broth. I will use the beef base, the cream beef base. Sometimes I will use chicken base. Just depends on what I have on hand. And because I had this already open and I needed to use it, hey, why not? So we're going to let this come to a boil. And we're going to watch it. When it comes back down to half the pot again, I'm going to come back and add some more liquid. Most likely it will be water at this point, because that's going to be the last time that I season my pot, okay? So I'm going to let it come back to a boil. When it condenses to half a pot again, I will add more water, let it come to a boil again. Then I will taste it to see if I need any salt, poultry seasoning, black pepper, whatever, okay? So I always start out with a little bit. Because sometimes it be just enough. Sometimes you might need a little extra. Always taste your food when you're cooking, okay? Always. Don't be afraid. That's the way you learn, okay? Because by looking at it and tasting it, you get to the point where you don't have to measure. You can look at it and tell, okay, yeah. But you always need to taste it, though, because sometimes things can be a little more potent than others, all right? So I'm not going to come back to show you anything until I take the meat off the bone and I'm getting ready to put my dressing together. So y'all stay tuned for that video, all right? Love y'all to life. Bye, sugar.